y'all, Shelly here with another tip for hospice nurses. So I had a question recently about the length of the hospice nursing narrative note, and is a paragraph enough? So I decided to do a video on it because it's kind of a long answer because, it's hard to say. It depends on what's going on with the patient. It depends on the size of your paragraph. But I really think that more than the size of your note is what's contained in your note. And I think what we mostly struggle with are when we've done a routine visit and nothing's really going on. I've been seeing this patient forever. It's an Alzheimer's patient. My second visit of the week, they don't have any needs. How do I document this note? And how long should this note be? I would tell you what I do in this instance is I structure my note into 4 sections. So whenever the EMR allows me, I always leave a space in between each section as well. That's kind of hard to say. But anyway, so my first section is that header section that I've done lots of videos on, where we put the diagnoses, comorbid secondaries, all of that. You can look back on some of my videos to see how I structure that. The second paragraph is going to be what the patient looked like when I got there, and information that will support the hospice diagnosis specific to their diagnosis. So if this is an Alzheimer's patient, upon arrival, patient lying in recliner, due to the progression of terminal end-stage Alzheimer's patient has lost the ability to maintain their trunk or body control. Recliner must be placed in fully reclined position. Patient requires pillows on the side of the body of her body and her head to maintain trunk and neck alignment. Patient is essentially nonverbal, unable to respond to even simple questions. Patient is unable to effectively express thoughts or feelings, and just keep going on with whatever it is that specifically supports the Alzheimer's diagnosis. And then my third paragraph is going to be those areas that we have to address every note, and that is pain and nutrition. I do lots of videos on how to do each of those in a way that will continue to support eligibility. So I'm going to talk about that right there. I'm going to still support eligibility. And then my fourth section is going to be my closing section, which is always essentially the same thing too. Caregiver verbalized understanding and agreement to call hospice 24/7 with any change in condition, questions, or needs. Also, caregiver verbalized understanding agreement with current hospice plan of care. No revision to hospice plan of care indicated at this time. And patient has sufficient amount of medication and supplies to last at least the next 7 days. That closing paragraph is essentially always the same. I copy and paste that one in. If there was a change to the care plan, I would indicate it there again. If we did need medications or supplies, I would indicate those there. But most of the time, if we don't, I just copy and paste that one in. So that makes it pretty quick to do my little 4-section note that gives a good illustration of what's going on with the patient and supports eligibility. So I hope this tip was helpful. If you have any tips or questions or anything for hospice nurses, please share them here, because y'all remember, if we work together, we can change our world.